Hi, good evening, good afternoon, good morning. I'm Anthony Miles, and our show today is called Angel's Door. And our show is about entrepreneurs. We try to get them funding. It's a crowdfunding show. And we try to present entrepreneurs here that have interesting businesses that you'll be interested in investing. And we also have experts that will ask them some questions. And that's basically our show. You want to join us today and have some fun. This is Angel's Door, and I'm the host, Anthony Miles. Anthony Miles. This is our show, Angel's Door, and our show is about crowdfunding for entrepreneurs and business owners that want to get some crowdfunding for their business. And we've been building a following for our show, and we thank you so much for joining us. And we're going to bring our business out here that you can see that you're interested in crowdfunding. So what we're going to do right now is introduce you to our experts on the show that's going to give you their insight and what their background is. So I'll start with Dr. Jeff Ryans. Dr. Jeff, tell us about your background and your expertise.
Yeah, thank you, Dr. Miles. My name is Dr. Jeffrey Ryans. I've been in business here in Atlanta for the past 12 years. I own a business called First Choice Accident and Injury Care. We primarily service victims that have been in car accidents, work injuries, and slip and falls. We have 153 injury locations, and there's injury center locations that we provide services from. I've been in business marketing for the past 25 years. And I'm excited to be on the show.
Thank you, thank you. Thank you so much for joining us. And you're the marketing expert, right?
Yes, that's my thing.
I'm sorry, IE Guru. Dr. Adrian, please share the audience your insight and your background of joining us today as an expert. What's your background?
So I am Dr. Adrian. I'm a psychotherapist here in the Atlanta area. I've been in practice for 28 years. I am the owner of Change Makers LLC and A Change for All 2, which is a nonprofit organization. I'm also a radio personality and the host of Relationship Talk with Dr. Adrian, WAOK 1380 News and Talk Radio. And I am here supporting entrepreneurs because I was raised by an entrepreneur. I've been an entrepreneur for 30 years, and I want to help some of these people get some money. All right. I'll take that to go. And we got our new rookie. We're going to put him to work. This is our expert. He's new with us, Joaquin Thompson. The guy's a finance expert. He's going to tell us his background and share with the audience. What's your background, Joaquin?
Sure. My name is Joaquin Thompson, Senior. I'm an entrepreneur, business owner, and my expert area is financial literacy. I really work with individuals to increase their financial well-being. Primarily right now working in the mortgage space, helping individuals and businesses to acquire real estate through mortgages and different types of loans.
All right, thank you, thank you. So I got a team, A-list of experts here who are going to help us and ask the entrepreneur questions. So we'll be right back. We'll bring our entrepreneur on the show, and they're going to pitch some questions to him. And definitely, we want you to join us, and we'll be back. This is Angel's Door, and I'm Anthony Miles. Hi, we're back. This is Angel's Door. We're going to bring our first business, and I'm going to get out of the way instead of asking questions. The experts do the questioning, but we're going to bring our first entrepreneur, business owner, and we'll have Horace Wren. Horace, thank you so much for joining us today.
Thanks so much for having me.
All righty. So I'm going to get out of the way and let these experts get at you. So I'm going to move out of the way, and I want you to give us a synopsis about your business.
Okay. And
what you've been doing. And then I'm going to let them ask you the questions, and we'll take it from there.
Will do. Thank you so much.
Thank you, sir.
Well, hi, Horace.
Hello. How are you guys doing today?
Doing good. How are you?
I'm doing well. Glad to be here.
Good. So tell us about your business, the name of your business, and how you started your business.
Okay, now I'm going to go back and then go forward. Okay. Most people may know me as Street Fame Magazine, the founder of that. But, you know, what I realized is that it's a printed magazine, right? So I started thinking to myself, I was like, well, hey, you know, tangible products it's still around. You know what I mean? There's still CDs, DVDs. If you go to Walmart, you know, if you go to these stores that they have the video games, like people that they can hold. So what I want to do is, for Street Famous marketing, I want to be able to help independent artists, independent publishers, independent people that, you know, want to get their DVDs out, independent filmmakers. So what I am going to implore is that we go back to tangible products. So this is one of my products. This is actually from my soundtrack label, which is streetfamoussoundtracklabel.com. So what I'm going to do is be able to offer my services that I put together myself to others.
Well, but tell us your background. Tell us.
Oh, my background? Okay.
You got started. Because
2000.
I hear a lot of street famous.
Oh, okay, yeah. Okay, so in 2007, I was attending Bowling Green State University, broadcast student. And so an independent film that I created from the local music scene for the local artists that were there. There was rappers and singers, beat makers, producers, music managers. So I came up with a film following them doing their shows and promoting them. I started promoting them. I started, really getting their name out there. So I came up with the film, put the film out. That was in 2007. So to keep the proverbial ball rolling, I started Street Fame Magazine, which is streetfame.info. Most people may know me from that. Then it just kept going. Right now, I have another film that's out, which is called tooambitious.com as well. Plug. So I've started noticing that I've always been a fan of products you can hold. Street Fame Magazine is a printed magazine of positivity. We show nothing but we only print positivity, everything. There's never any negative. It's not a blog. It's an actual magazine you can hold. But I want to get past that part of it and go off into other projects and other physical products, which is what you have in front of you.
Tell me a little bit about the other products that you
With Street Fame Magazine, and then there are the DVDs.
Okay.
I started selling DVDs back in 2012. So once the film took off, I realized that I could also benefit from it myself if people can actually see it. And it became like a little a cult phenomenon in colleges, because before they would go out, they would watch the DVDs. And then I'm like, okay, I think I'm on to something here. So I just wanted to stick basically with the entertainment field of it. So that's where I am now.
So CDs,
Posters, DVDs,
Okay.
T-shirts. I would go off into screen printing as well.
Okay.
But I think primarily my focus would be something that would help local music artists and independent filmmakers.
Thank you.
Perhaps I am, overwhelmed by all of the different businesses that you have. So I want to be able to focus my questions on the one that we're here to talk about today.
Street famous marketing.
So can you, kind of narrow down what the focus of that business is so that I can have a better understanding? Because I see the product that you gave us to look at. And so my question is this like a mixtape?
No, actually it's a soundtrack.
Okay.
I started doing soundtracks, but then I realized other people might want to be able to do the same thing that I'm doing. To be able to hold their mixtapes, be able to hold their albums in their hand, not just rap, we're talking R&B, it could be anything, rock and roll, country, that there's different genres of music, and they need someone to, print their products up for them.
Okay, so I am a collector of LPs. So I am still someone who goes and purchases LPs. So is that what you're saying that you would be?
Well, LPs are back. They haven't left.
Yeah, they haven't left.
But primarily, the expense of creating an LP doesn't quite work for me. So it's easy for me to print. I can print like 200 CDs for $100.
Yeah, I'm just trying to understand the concept behind Street Famous marketing.
Oh,
What you're doing.
physical products, which is the CDs, the DVDs, and yeah, basically that's it. I would rather go with CDs and DVDs, posters, things like that, things that focuses on the person's project.
Okay.
From a
Okay.
marketing standpoint, so it sounds like what we're saying is that your business is, it's almost going like back in reverse.
Yep.
Right?
Exactly.
So everybody's not focusing on digital, online. You're saying, hey, I can take that idea, bring it back into something more in the physical nature, because a lot of younger generations now don't have that concept. You're reintroducing it. Is that what we're saying?
Yes, I still see cars from '86 on to 2002. They still got the CD deck in there, So I feel that it'll always loop back around. Fashion loops back around. Products loop back around. So I'm just I'm pushing the loop forward.
Okay. And with that being said, who would you say right now in this space, who would be your biggest competitor in that space right now?
There are online businesses that do this, but they're online. You know, I've always found that, you know, if you can meet the person in their office, you can meet with them, you can design your project. So you come down to Jacksonville, Florida, 4251 Beach Boulevard, that's where my office is.
Let me ask you a question, Forrest. How are you getting your customers right now?
Oh, I started out as a promoter.
Okay.
Originally, like I was saying before, with the Street Fame Project, the film, I throw parties. So I still throw parties.
Okay.
So those parties have live performances, rappers, singers, bands. So I guess that's my niche market.
Okay.
I just want to take it back to my question when I asked about your background, because I want to know how you got to this place where you are today. I don't have a clear understanding of who you are, where you're from, how you got into this. I know where you went to school, but you just dropped in here party promotions, and I heard that before.
Okay.
And so I think that it would help me understand your passion that you have for this project.
Okay.
If I understand a little bit more about you.
Okay, 2008, I was watching the making of the band with P. Diddy. I didn't really know what I wanted to do. I was like, I don't know what I'm gonna do. When I saw that, I said, you know, the one person that can't get fired is P. Diddy.
1 minute.
And I'm watching this guy and he's giving like all these opportunities to people and stuff like that. And I was like, well, I would like to do that. You know, I would like to be the boss of my own dream, build my own something to believe in. So in 2008, I just kept watching Making of the Band. And I started I can't rap and I can't sing, but I knew that there were people that could. So I started throwing parties.
Of course, I greatly appreciate the information. We're going to take a small break and we're going to come back and get into some more of the meat and potatoes issues of exactly what you do and the type of funding you need to get to the level you want to get to.
Thank you guys so much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Angel's Door with Dr. D. Anthony Miles is an exciting, hip, and fresh reality television show.
Hi, welcome to Angel's Door. I'm D. Anthony Miles, your host, executive producer.
The one-hour weekly television show focuses on audience crowdfunding for thriving new businesses that need funding. The show is made of businesses that need capital and funding.
I don't know about hard, but thorough.
Happy to be here. Thank you.
I'm excited to be here and just talk all things marketing.
Entrepreneurs present their business on the show, then compete for funding. The crowdfunding is provided by investors that watch Angel's Door with Dr. D. Anthony Miles. Tune in weekly to Angel's Door with Dr. D. Anthony Miles.
Okay, Elvis, thank you. Welcome back. You told us a little bit about yourself prior to the break. We want to ask a few more questions. Just tell me how you got started in this business and a little bit more about yourself.
Okay. 2007 was the idea came up for, the original idea came up for the magazine, which is Street Fame magazine.
Okay.
Now, I knew that there were other magazines out there. There were other independent magazines, but I always felt that they, did not just give positive messages. So I came up with Street Fame magazine, which was my original company I originally started, which was streetfame.info. And so I just wanted to promote my parties through the website and through the magazine and promote the independent artists in 2007. So my original magazine was actually a trifold pamphlet that I ordered through online. But when I saw the way that it looked, I said, I can probably do better than that.
Right.
So I started printing at the college. I started printing, I think I started out with like 22 pages. And I basically just kept upgrading. Putting, the posters, the ideas that I had, I took pictures of the performers, I put that all together to create the magazine. And so I thought to myself, I just kept thinking, I was like, I know there's blogs and they're online, but there's not a physical magazine that's still printed that prints positivity.
Okay.
So that's where I'm at now.
And so, and this business here is just a
A byproduct.
okay, byproduct. Okay.
And with that, Horace, now that you're going into more than that publishing realm, tell us a little bit about what type of funding you're looking for and what you would use that funding.
What I would shoot for, I have a physical location. What I'm looking to do is buy the printers and buy the DVD replicators and things like that, the CDs, the hard, the hardware. So I'm shooting for $100,000. And I believe that that should be sufficient enough for me to be able to get everything started with the orders.
So you're saying that with this $100,000, you would utilize it to purchase a printer?
Printers, yeah, multiple printers, because there's so many different types of printers, because I want high definition, high quality. So everything that I would use the funding for would be for the best, to create the best product that the customer would want.
How many people are you currently working with?
Right now, about 20.
So are those artists? Are they?
No, all artists, the same artist that's on there as well. So I work with mainstream artists as well through the magazine, through the interviews, but I primarily focus on the independent artists.
How many additional artists are you looking to seek? I mean,
Oh,
could you handle?
unlimited. It's limitless. I mean, music is the #1 career in the world right now. You know, people really want to take their career to the next level. One thing that they can do is they can do that visually.
So you focus primarily on new artists? Is that
Yes.
new artists?
Yeah, established artists, they're pretty set. They throw up a blog, on a blog or a website, and they're good. But there's still something about the physical products of handing someone, your poster, your DVD or your CD.
Like a lot of the older artists
Did back in the day. Yeah.
Yeah. Out of the trunk of their cars.
Master P, he did it. Yeah.
What price point are we at as far as like when you're helping other individuals create a CD or create a poster or something?
The CD itself, like I said before, the CD itself, there's two different versions of it. You could have the one with just the white sleeve. That's not going to really go anywhere. But something physical like that, and we really get off into the graphics, I would have to say that it's like $2 a CD.
So that would be like my retail cost?
Yes.
If I was an artist and I was coming to you, it'd be $2 for the CD? Okay.
Yes.
That's the total cost for the CD.
Yes.
Let me make sure I understand. So retail cost is $2.
Yeah.
Plastic packaging,
Everything.
case, everything.
And you sell it for what? You sell it or?
Oh, selling for $9.99.
Okay. So you got a $7.
You get to the mom and pop stores. We just take it. We loop back around. We go old school with it. See someone with a 2005, they got a CD player in there.
So if someone is an artist and they come to you, does this $2 include you just said you take it around to the mom and pop shops?
Yeah.
So is that $2 inclusive of that as well? Because
Oh, they got to buy the package deal for that. I mean, I want them.
Talk to us about
Yeah,
that,
what I
because
want
I'm
them to
thinking
have.
about gas. I'm like, you already starting in the hole with gas being $5 a gallon at this point, and you're gonna sell the CD for $2.
Well, not necessarily. Because I always look at it like this. You got to take risk. Risk is what I do. And that's how I got started. Fortune favors the bold. So I know gas is like $4.59 or whatever, but if you remember a few years ago, gas was almost $5 anyway, and we still got through that. So I'm just gonna get through this.
Yeah, but so I'm just trying to understand, if I'm bringing an artist to you and you're saying what it is that you do.
Yeah.
Because $2 per CD is what I'm hearing for this product. But what
Yes.
else is it that you're offering them?
Oh, there are songs on the shelves at the stores. I have a plethora of list of mom and pop stores that they survived the pandemic, and they still need music. They still need posters. They still need standees and things like that. So that would be included in them working with me and hiring me.
Standing.
Oh, the physical cutout posters.
Somebody may not know.
Oh, I'm sorry. The physical cutout posters of the artists themselves. So it's almost like a life-size poster, cardboard poster.
So as far as getting an artist, okay, and the artist would, you say purchased a package deal.
Mm-hmm.
That package deal would be,
Well, there's 3 levels of it. You know, of course, there's the bronze level. The bronze levels would be, that's like $1,000. Then you go up to the silver level, I would go with about $2,000. And then it just goes up. The platinum level is $10,000. But not a lot of artists have that kind of money on them.
Right.
So I would be willing to work with them as well.
So the investment that you're looking for, or the funding that you're looking for, does not include anything that helps to support the artist per se. It really is just the
business
production of the items.
Yes.
Okay.
so your wholesale cost is $2
Mm-hmm.
and retail is $9.99.
Yes.
Okay. I think we have the words confused there. It's retail $2, you're not making anything.
Oh, yeah, 2, yeah.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
So, and you sell these to local stores?
Clothing stores, you can sell them online as well, at shipping costs. You know, there's some people, they have fans, and there's some people that want to build their fan base. And it's good to have something that they can hold, you know.
So if I was to look at your business right now from a percentage standpoint, I'm looking at a pie chart, what's retail, what's real retail versus online? What kind of percentage does that look like?
Online sales you can't make people log on. I always look at it from, if there's a pie chart, so there's online to me is a small sliver.
Okay.
You know, if you go to Walmart, you know, you see still shelves of DVDs and CDs. If you can get your CD or DVD into a Walmart, because I know they need new and fresh ideas, then you've already pretty much beat the mold right there.
So as a part of what you do, that's not a part of the process in terms of helping your artists get their items in?
To the bigger outlets, that's not included in that, because I don't even have that access. You know, so I just would stick with what I know would definitely end up on the shelves the next day.
And you're in Jacksonville, Florida?
Yes.
Okay. How do you get artists in Atlanta, Georgia, and other areas?
I'm in Atlanta right now.
Yeah.
So a lot of times, like I say, when I leave here, I'll probably go to check out a couple of events. There's always something going on in Atlanta. The hot spots are New York, California, Atlanta, Florida, Chicago. Well, I'm not going to go to Chicago, but these are the hot spots where the local independent artists are.
Do you have a team working with you? I mean, you can't be in all those places at one time.
I use some of the people that work on the magazine sometimes, if they can maybe bring someone to me, you know, for me to check out, because it's not just about the product itself. I want to make sure that the artists that we're putting these projects together are really going to sell, really going to be worth, you know, checking out. It's not everyone just come on board. I really want, it's like almost like being an A&R.
So we've been in a pandemic for the past 2 years, and so you still have a lot of individuals who are moving away from everything tangible, everything physical, and we've really gone to this virtual world. So how is it that you are moving back into the tangible, and why is it that you think that this can be successful with what we just all experienced for the last 2 years?
Kanye just released a stem player. Made $2.5 million then that's
Don't
physical.
know what that is.
A stem player is a different version of like an MP3, just has his music on there. So people are still purchasing physical products, even in this day and age. And
But you're talking about inside of a store or that sort of thing. So I am somebody who has an expansive music collection, you know, in my home and then on my phone. And the one on my phone is more expensive because, of course, you can download. And so why would I go to a store and risk where everybody has put their hands on the CD when I can just download something?
We still go in stores now.
But what would you say to people to get them to support funding your idea?
I don't feel that the pandemic is the way that it was taken the way that it was before. Originally, like when it was 2019, the world was we were just taken by surprise. But now, if you notice, we're moving forward. You know what I mean? Like there's not as much, they're no longer discussing the pandemic like that. It's almost as if You know, it's kind of like, it's going away. You know, it's here, but you don't hear it so much on the news anymore. So I believe that, you know, the way we adjust, we're just going to keep going forward. And I know it sounds crazy, but we still buy physical products that somebody may have touched before: bread, eggs, milk. You know, we touch doors, handles. So I just feel like, why not?
So you believe it's still in the physical products. In 30 seconds, Horace, tell the viewers why they should invest in your company.
I feel you should invest in me because I don't look at it as an investment. I look at it as a partnership. You know, I'm going to work just as equally hard to get to have a return on your investment as I would want if it was my money that I was investing, which it is part of my money because I'm investing 50-50 with you. So the effort that I put in would be 100%. So I want you guys to check me out and invest. You can check out one of my businesses, which is streetfame.info. Been around for 15 years, and that's a physical product, and it still sells today.
Thank you very much.
Thank you guys for having me.
Thank you.
Angel's Door with Dr. D. Anthony Miles is an exciting, hip, and fresh reality television show.
Hi, welcome to Angel's Door. I'm D. Anthony Miles, your host, executive producer.
The one-hour weekly television show focuses on audience crowdfunding for thriving new businesses that need funding. The show is made of businesses that need capital and funding.
I don't know about hard, but thorough.
I'm happy to be here. Thank you.
So I'm excited to be here and just talk all things marketing.
Entrepreneurs present their business on the show, then compete for funding. The crowdfunding is provided by investors that watch Angel's Door with Dr. D. Anthony Miles. Tune in weekly to Angel's Door with Dr. D. Anthony Miles.
Hi, I'm back. This is Angel's Door, and this is the fun part of the show where we get the insight of the experts that talk to the entrepreneur. And this is the fun part here. We're going to start off with our marketing expert, Dr. Jeff Ryans. Dr. Jeff, give us your insights, the audience your insights.
Thank you, Dr. Miles. I was impressed with the business owner voice. He's got a passion to actually come uphill, so to speak, because he's bringing something back that has somewhat left the market. But to his point, there are a lot of physical people still like to feel and touch and things of that nature. So everything's not digital.
Absolutely.
Is it going to be easy? I don't think it's easy. But there's a whole generation out there that he could tap into. So, and of course, there's the generation I'm in, you know, we grew up with physical products, so it's something that we would almost love to see come back.
Absolutely.
Sometimes it moves too fast for people my age, so. But I think he's got the potential to go against the grain.
It's interesting you say that. I remember talking to my daughters, and my daughters looking at my house, looking at them old record albums, and they're like, what is this? They thought it was a picture. And this generation is so disconnected from physical products. You think he has a chance? You think there's an opportunity here?
Yeah, I mean, there are still people, you know, still alive today.
What's the album?
Yeah, I mean, I think he has a chance. Yeah.
Absolutely.
He's got an opportunity, and that's what a business owner is all about. You find the opportunity and try to fill that particular niche, and that would be a niche market for him to fulfill.
Absolutely, and the posters are not going to go away. People still buy posters. People still buy physical things.
Right.
Do you see a downside?
You know, I guess I'd be concerned about his expansion, you know, as far as going into these other markets. I know he's in Florida. He would definitely have to build a team to help him do that, and I'm sure he's got that in his business plan. But between that and the fact that he's you know, this younger generation is probably not his target market. Mm-hmm. You know, that I saw something on one of the social media sites not too long ago where they put 3 students in a room with a telephone. They didn't know how to dial the phone. I mean, they just didn't know. They don't have that
A rotary phone?
Rotary phone, yeah. So, but there's a niche market out there for these type products. Yes.
Absolutely. Dr. Adrian, please share us your insights. The audience would love to hear your thoughts.
Yeah, I really enjoyed Horace's passion. So I can tell that he is passionate about what it is that he is developing. My concern is that I would consider Horace, he reminds me of a lot of entrepreneurs that I know who are serial entrepreneurs. And
Yes.
so they have all these different ideas. And so I think my question would be, where is your real focus? Because you can be good at a lot of things, but my question would be, what's the one thing you're great at? And so when you talk about all of these different arenas that he's in, even though I see them being tied in, I think that it would become confusing because the names are so similar. So when he starts talking about what it is that he wants people to support, how are people able to readily distinguish which of your businesses are we talking about? Or do you just come up with one umbrella where you can say, this is the umbrella that becomes what's recognizable to people? And so then they know that they are supporting this entity where he's doing multiple things underneath the umbrella. And then my only other concern would be, of course, I am somebody who still collects tangible things. And so I think that it would take a great marketing strategy in order to be able to touch the generations behind us. Because like Dr. Jeff said, we are aware of what these things are. But if you talk to my 4-year-old granddaughter, who is very intelligent, she doesn't have a clue about what a CD is.
Wow, we never thought we'd get to that point, huh?
Yeah, so you got to talk about marketing to the generations that are coming, not just the ones that are here. Yeah.
Absolutely. Do you think there's a move, and I think Horace may be hitting on this, there's a retro movement where people want to touch things, posters, books. They're not going to stop having a Barnes & Noble. They're not going to stop having bookstores. You think he's tapping into that, and that's an opportunity for partnerships, those type of things?
Well, I definitely think that there is an opportunity there to partner. The other thing is that, the psychology of people, we are nostalgic by nature.
Right.
And so we are going to all commit to an era in our lives that made us feel good.
Right.
And so that's why, the three of us are in the same generation. And so there are certain things that happened in the 70s and the 80s that we instantly connect to. And so when you talk about some LPs or CDs and posters, that sort of thing, those are the things that we grew up with. But in terms of how do you market to a generation that's never seen that, that's going to take a different level of marketing.
Oh, interesting. You brought up something. It's not the product, it's the mode in which you deliver it. Is that what you're basically saying?
I definitely think that marketing piece is key.
Yes.
And then understanding for yourself what the true mission is behind the work that you're doing. And being able to make sure that you're communicating that when you speak to other people.
Interesting insight. Dr. Adrian, thank you. Here's our other expert. We're going to put him to work. Joaquin Thompson, our finance expert. What's your thoughts, insights, Joaquin?
I would say this overall, and I'll get to the opportunities, but I think the idea is genius, right? And the reason I say genius is because he's basically taking something that's already been done. It's already been super successful that everybody has shifted away from. So if you think about it, if you think about market share, even if he got a very, very minute part of the population to buy into, yes, I need to get a CD, or I want to get a poster, or just think about all of the different concerts, and I'll use Atlanta for example. There's still a ton of concerts that come through Atlanta. They sell T-shirts, but not a CD, not a poster. Most people, when you go to see Mary J. Blige or you go to see different shows, you're gonna buy a T-shirt. Right. Right? Because you want to Dr. Adrian's point, you want to remember, I was at the show.
Exactly.
Such and such. Or you take a Coachella. So he tapped into something like Coachella that you go, yeah, you can download it, but you're going to do both. you're gonna download it and have it mobily, but you still wanna have it, in a CD form or a poster form. So I think the idea itself is genius. I think the infrastructure where he's gonna have to sit down with a team of people to get some clarity on how to get there, right? Because he's been successful with his base. His base is the magazine. It's 15 years in, so he's already established that he knows what to do, how to manage as an entrepreneur. He has a natural base there, and now he's leveraging his base and really just going vertical, right?
Absolutely.
Like we talked about before, he's going vertical. So I got the magazine. The viewership of the magazine is going to open him up to clients that want to have these products that he's doing on the publishing side. So now he's going to have to differentiate from the magazine and the publishing to figure out, like, okay, this is a whole nother customer base.
Interesting.
But I think it's and there's room for it because we already see we going back there anyway.
Good LPs.
Not just LPs, but it's certain things that we take for granted because it was part of our generation.
Right.
That a younger person now, when you say, what is a CD, right?
Wow.
So what would it take to just come back and say, hey, you know what? We're going to reintroduce the CD player, right?
Absolutely.
How hard would that be? That wouldn't be hard because it's already done. It's just better out of it.
You raised an interesting point because before they went to the digital route, and I think Dr. Jeff will agree with me on this, when people bought music from an artist, they felt the whole marketing, the whole package. They bought the CD, they'd up the CD, they see the artist, the picture. You don't get that with digital, do you?
And another good point is this, and I bring this up a lot because think about the way that we take pictures now. Everybody got you might have 1,500 pictures on your phone. But the part that we're missing is what? When you used to go to your grandmother, your aunt's house, you pull out the photo album.
Right.
This was your mom when she was in high school. Like, what? That's you? Right. So I think that's why I say I think that's the genius part of it.
Absolutely.
Going back to something that, again, has already been successful, huge market for it. And you don't need to have the whole market. You just need to have a small piece of the market to just do big things.
Absolutely.
So I think he's on to something.
Maybe he comes up with street famous CD player.
All righty, we heard from our experts, and we want you to take into consideration their insights. So we'll be back. This is Angel's Door with D'Anthony Miles. All righty, here's a fun part of the show, and we're going to talk about Horace's business. And we want you to invest or crowdfunding for the show and for his business. So right here, we have 4 levels. We have the $25 level, $25 level for crowdfunding. We have the $50 level. We have the $75 level. We have the $100 level. And we have above that if you want to crowdfund more money for his business. He has a great business. He has a retro business. And I think he's going to be successful. And products are not going to go out of style. Hard, tangible products are not going to go out. We still have that as part of our products and whatever we do when we go to concerts. So that's what we're looking at. So the 1-800 number is flashing. And those are the 4 investment levels or 4 crowdfunding levels that you'd be interested in. And he has a great business, a great entrepreneur, and I think you'll like his business. This is Angel's Door, and please look at those 4 levels and invest in his business. All righty, that's a wrap. That's our show. This is Angel's Door. I want to thank you for joining us. And again, we went over those 4 pricing levels of crowdfunding. And if you can please put some money toward this entrepreneur that's looking for money, we definitely thank you for joining us. This is Angel's Door, and I'm D'Anthony Miles, and we will see you next time.